Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Toxic Happy Hour, where we are toxic towards scams that delay the adoption of global sound money. In the pub as usual, your hosts, uh, Pubby and Danish. Uh, Pubby, welcome to the pub. And what are you drinking today, my man?
Oh, you know me, man. Keep it nice and easy with some H2O.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
And
just kidding.
I'm having, yeah. All right, what you got on the other side? What you have in the other hand?
Well, I'm setting up the link real quick. Give me 1 second. Link
Oh yeah, you know
below.
what? Just
Yeah.
retweet the link that I send out that you
Yep.
saw
Yep. Got it.
because that has the link. So now it's not the going live.
Yeah.
I wonder
Doesn't
if anyone is in here because it's showing zero viewers, but I can see like a ton of people in the
prob-
chat. No, we have eight
probably.
live viewers. We should be
Yep.
good. We should be good.
Yeah.
And the chat is more lit than ever. I gotta focus on our conversation here and the chat a little bit because it's really an important part of the show. This super toxic uh, chat full of meme tarts and other good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. This is sort of strange. My new camera setup. I know we probably should have done this backstage, but you were otherwise engaged. But look here. Watch. I'm gonna flip it real quick. Now I
Oh
can.
yeah,
Now.
now you messed it up. Now
Yeah.
you effed up.
Yeah. But what?
Now you effed up. Now you ruined it, man. You're
you
flat
done.
now.
You done messed up, Ron. Hang on. Okay, so back
Hey,
like
which
this.
which movie is that from?
Oh, that's from Key and Peele, the comedy show. I'm trying to get it
Right.
where. There we go. Does that work
Yeah,
for you?
well, not quite. So we're hardly seeing your eyes. We're a little bit, if you can lean it a little bit, pull it up a little bit.
There we go.
There's in the mean, yeah, that is perfect. And in the meantime, we have rumors in the chat or rumors of rumors that Shakira's going to be on the Toxic Happy Hour one day. We sure will be working on that, but right now, today, the toxic meme army is working on getting Shakira associated with Bitcoin and getting Shakira to the $100,000 yard party. Is that correct, Puppy? Can you give us an update? You're part of the meme chart army.
Yeah. So of course, everyone has a special affinity in their heart for Shakira, such a wise and knowledgeable young lady um, who happens to be able to move her hips pretty well. And we just were having fun with we're always joking back and forth with Shakira. Said, hey man, let's get her to the Bitcoin 100,000 K Michael Saylor party, and we're gonna meme our way to do it. So get ready for some more Shakira coming your way.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll look forward to those memes. I enjoy them. They are certainly pretty, and those hips don't lie, man. She
It
can
does.
dance, that girl. I've been impressed from day one, which I guess today is many years ago.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm. Can someone if we are actually live, can someone just confirm that in the chat? Because
Yeah.
Restream is telling me we have zero viewers, but YouTube is telling me we do have eight live viewers. Can
But I
Greg?
see there's 15 on the. I got YouTube up next to me here, and it's showing 15 people.
Oh, holy smokes! Holy smokes! All
Oh,
right.
17 new world record. Okay, what a start.
So, but what are you drinking in the other hand, puppy?
Yeah, so having a nice IPA. I enjoy the Indian Pale Ales here. So yeah, that's my staple at the pub. Or sometimes I'll mix it up with the Guinness.
Right. Yeah. Love myself a Guinness. I can see you've been at it for about 3 minutes. So
Yeah,
uh, dear draft beer, may you rest in peace. So before we really get into the nitty gritty of the super bullish, in my opinion, um, thing with MicroStrategy, the fact that they can double down. I just want to share that I watched Tombstone late last night. I rewatched it on
yep,
Amazon Prime with Val Kilmer. Man, that's such a classic movie, man. That's so
It
good.
is. It absolutely is. And it's funny you said that. If you would have told me earlier, I had done a meme like I think I don't know 1 or 2 months ago where I was using the scene with Kurt Russell when he goes in to take over the not the casino, but he goes in and just smacks down, the guy. So I'll send that one to you later, man. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember seeing that. I think I remember your meme work there.
Well, I turned it. Well,
He basically he comes in no
Yep.
guns. Wyatt Earp
Yeah.
comes in no guns. There's this retard sitting in being a total bully at the dealer's table,
Yeah, the
and he
head
comes
dealer.
in and this bully is asking Wyatt Earp because he's looking at him. Can I help you with something?
Hey, something you need?
Something
you
you
need?
need?
Yeah.
You're sitting in my chair. Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Oh, that movie, man. I think I could rewatch it again. I feel that's a real Bitcoiner movie. There's so many good things there.
A lot of people don't know that. Do you know who that dealer was? You know what actor that is?
No. Tell me.
That's Billy Bob Thornton.
Really?
Yep, that is Billy Bob Thornton.
He was more round back then.
Yeah, he put on some weight for the role. Yeah, he put on weight. He put on a little bit of weight. But I turned that meme into Michael Saylor versus Keith McCullough and the beatdown they had on the Quad 4 interview. Remember the interview they had? And so I did up the text because he just beat him down. That's a fact. He just beat him down in that interview.
Yeah. Now that's really a great movie. I could keep talking about it. I feel like even rewatching it again. Like when you've seen it before, there's so many nuances you pick up on it. Like the intro has a about the pale horse, and it's written by Death and he brings hell with him, and that's actually Doc Holliday being the pale horse, and Wyatt Earp being the rider, and he's bringing hell with him. Man, that's anyways. All right. And enough, I guess, talking about movies. So, Puppy, so the thing I want to just, talk about today is I heard Preston saying something on one of these podcasts. I started listening to or use what do you call it? Podcast.
Podcast Addict.
Yeah, Podcast Addict, like you said. And I subscribe to many different. I got Princey on there, Once Bitten, naturally Preston Pysh, and so I was listening to one podcast. I can't remember if Preston was a guest or this was his show. I think he was a guest on something. He Swan as well, Swan Signal Live.
Yeah,
and he mentioned that vaguely, and people didn't really pick up on it. I feel that. As the price of Bitcoin goes up, Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy can issue more convertible bond and raise more dirty fiat to buy more Bitcoin alone because the price of Bitcoin goes up, but not because the P&L changes. To me, this is monster underrated. No one's talking about it. It is super bullish. And that's why I want to raise a flag for this, because this is absolutely nuts. So I was like, really? And I tweeted to Preston, and he confirmed. So, I just can't believe this is true. But let me try and explain why I find this very bullish. And then I will give the word back to you, because I'm going on a rant here. I do understand, and full apologies for bringing the content and carrying the show here. No, I'm kidding.
You got
it. So if Michael Saylor, when Bitcoin goes up to 40,000, once again can issue convertible bonds and buy more Bitcoin, it means that every time the price of Bitcoin goes up, solid buying pressure can be applied to Bitcoin. And, he's only the first company. If this is something companies can do, that's going to be very bullish going forward when more and more companies can do that. That in itself right there is a buy turbo on the bull run. It's a buy turbo added that we did not have in the last bull run. Add on that buy turbo the fact that Federal Reserve is killing the fiat, at a record-breaking space. It's extremely bullish. So the difference between, in last bull run, private, speculators, retail investors, they also went long. They also went leverage and bought more Bitcoin. The difference is they put up Bitcoin as collateral, which means when the price of Bitcoin goes down, there will always be corrections. There will be dips. We all know this. Nothing goes up in a straight line. When private investors do this, when they have Bitcoin as collateral, they eventually, if the price goes down far enough, are forced to sell their Bitcoin because the equity goes away, basically. So that's what's called a long squeeze. Short story of a long squeeze is if Bitcoin speculators or investors have put up their Bitcoin as a collateral, leverage, as the price goes down, sooner or later they're forced to sell. The difference with MicroStrategy is Michael Saylor is not forced to sell. The price of Bitcoin can drop 80%. He doesn't need to sell because he doesn't have as collateral. So this is extremely bullish. I mean, one thing is what he as one company can do himself, but other companies, convertible bonds as well. This is extremely, and I want to give the word back to you because you're praying for it so nicely, and also pay a little bit of attention to the chat. I may look away from the screen, but I'm still listening to you.
No. That's right. Yeah, you can mute me. Yeah, the music here gets a bit loud at times in the pub, so you can mute me when you're on your rants. That's fine. Yeah, I'll be in the search of a quiet pub, but hey, I come out, have a good time. I will say that what's advanced to me here. Hang on, I think I may have lost you. Okay, what's really cool to me?
I'm here, man.
Yeah, so we're still wrapping our heads around the fact that a guy like Michael Saylor got involved in the first place. Okay, we're think of it as like an iceberg. That's the tip of the iceberg. So things like him putting out 5-year convertible senior notes, that's like level 2 below the water. Okay, to me. So everyone sees the big thing is like amazing. This guy just went all in and converted everything into Bitcoin. Level 2, people are still trying to understand. Wait, how can he do this? And the interview with Preston Pysh and Mark Moss on I think he was with Brady Swenson. They actually went down and said this guy's already ahead so far. He's got $1 billion invested. He's already, and it's worth $1.75 billion. He can pay back all that if he wants to tomorrow. But what you're talking about, that's like sort of advanced level stuff in my mind. So it's hard to wrap my head around. When you were first describing it to me, I couldn't understand what it meant. It was interesting, though.
I like that honesty that you come out and admit that we are on the next level here, and you're trying to grasp with it. That's why I love you, Pubby. It's one of the many reasons. Oh, by the way, so Merry Christmas, Pubby. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you had a toxic Christmas where you were keeping it real. And speaking the word of Bitcoin, this Christmas, Bitcoin rise. Wait, I'm just gonna, so I will just mute you, Pubby, as I rant here a little bit. This Christmas, I'm sure, has been a lot easier for most Bitcoiners than last Christmas, where, how's it? I gave you my heart, right? Last Christmas and the previous Christmas, because well, now the price is higher. So what I wanted to say, I came down a side road now, and I, grabbing from my train of thought here. What I wanted to say was, so I really miss this. I miss doing Toxic Happy Hour with Pubby. I miss our Toxic chat, best chat in the space. Pubby is so Pubby is right now getting the manager of the pub that he owns in the chain of pubs he owns to turn down the music. So while we wait for him, train of thought. It's difficult. You gotta hold on to it. I love to go into details. What I was saying was, so I missed having these Toxic Happy Hours. It's been what now, at least a week. And then yesterday, it's a shame now Pubby's not here, but he already knows it. I had a like 20-30 minute I had a 20-30 minute phone conversation with you, Puppy, yesterday.
Yeah.
When we were talking about maybe we would be able to go live today and find the time, and that was such a great, like, that was a lit conversation we had, and that reminded me why we're doing this, because those passionate Bitcoin conversations are what we're just taking online here with Toxic Happy Hour. The difference is we have the best chat in the space, to really um, add, add to the show here. All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, Bobby, I was just saying that that I missed you over Christmas.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
man.
I missed our Toxic Happy Hour show, but Plan Marcus has found the red balloon and the show is safe. Over to you.
Yeah, I like the one in chat. I had Hooters today. No, it just happened to be quite loud here. My apologies. Um, I'll be scouting out some more quiet pub locations in the future. But hey, sometimes you just find a lively one. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what we
Hooters
haven't.
inquired.
Yeah,
Hooters inquired.
yeah, but then I'd probably be distracted. I wouldn't be looking at the screen too often. So you have that.
I
So
wouldn't stand a chance.
yeah, so you know, yeah, the whole thing, like we talked about, when it comes to Saylor, uh, not letting out money, what does this do for hell? Like the major companies that can easily just put their balance sheet, they don't even have to go that far, but they will. So, like you say, I see your point. Um, the next companies that come in and just use the straight cash reserves, they have zero risk at all, let alone issuing their own convertible notes. But I'm curious, moving forward, yeah, I mean, what kind of money are you talking about that can do this? What are you talking about in terms of money?
And this is why I wanted to get Preston on the show. Oh, that looks great. I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to get Preston. So in that tweet interaction I had with him, I said, "Do you care to come on Toxic Happy Hour and explain this? Because it's so important. It's a buy
yeah,
turbo on a bull run that
yeah,
already is insane. And honestly, looking at different graphs, I feel we're heading for escape velocity, and it's going to cost you steak dinner to you and your girlfriend Greggy.
yeah,
So, uh, but as I was tweeting with him, you came out and answered Preston, I think, or answered me, and totally wrecked it. You totally ruined it. Preston never answered back. So now it's up to you to get Preston back. But no, I'm kidding. I think we can do it. You made, I think, my favorite Preston meme, which is the Pishinator, where
yeah,
you did a reface, or what is it called? A face
yeah,
swap.
yeah.
With,
Reface, yeah, the
yeah,
Fishinator. Got to get him on the show, man. Look, his boy Jeff Booth came on here, uh, had a few beers with us. I know he'll do it too. Also a veteran like myself, all us vets got to stick together, So yeah, that'll be great to have him. So we haven't
yeah.
talked. We haven't talked price, man. I think the last time we talked, what were we at? Like 23,000 was the
Yeah, I
last
think
time.
we gotta be at least 23, unless we have that dip to like 17, 18, right? Let me check. Let me just check.
Yeah, where are we at?
I'm updating Trading View here. All right. Oh, 27,000. Actually, you know what? At the beginning of each show, I should just mention the price, because as we go back to, and check shows from early on, it'll be interesting to see those shows where we said, oh, today the price is 9,000.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's
we had
27,000.
we had a nice little run there. It seemed like on the 24th was 24,000, and each day was going up a grand, 25, 26. So yeah, man. I'll go there. I'll call out 30,000 for New Year's. Let's do it, man. 30,000 for New Year's.
You know what? You could very well be right. I would not be surprised at all, because we still have a
So
few days to do it. The only thing I keep saying, because
yeah,
on each people keep asking me, so should I buy now or wait? And I always say, look, short term, nobody knows. We can be bullish, we can be bearish. Short term, nobody knows. So why are you gonna risk 1,000%? one and a half year increase to get a saving on 3-5% that we may not know is happening. So I started posting that awesome GIF with that the skeleton sitting at his computer waiting for the price of Bitcoin to dip, and then he will be all in. I just don't know. I I'm honest. Short term, I don't know, but added to that, and that has been always, as an investor, always been my my train of thought, that short term nobody knows. You gotta find the things that you have a high degree of certainty about on the medium term and on the long term, because then you can just buy and hold that. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go up in a straight line. Nothing does. If it dips 40%, so be it. As long as you know in the near future or in the future it will be worth much more. That's just the easy way. So people think they have to trade all the time to make profit. No, you need to sit on the good positions and just wait it out. Not going to compare myself to Warren Buffett, but that's what he does. Different is he's a value investor. I like things that are gonna become world dominating in whatever market there are, just like Amazon, Tesla, and Bitcoin in the world of money. Right now, I'm only exposed to Bitcoin because I don't see any other asset at all with the upside of Bitcoin. And all other assets have a huge risk associated to them right now, because once Bitcoin takes over his money, the interest rate artificial, no longer can be kept artificially at 0%, which is keeping assets up. Once the interest rate goes up, just like when the interest rate on a mortgage goes up, price of houses go down. That same thing will happen to all these stocks that we love. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, is the most conservative and at the same time most attractive place to put our money. Not financial advice. It's dangerous to have all your assets in one asset. I do it, but I know the risk, and wealth concentration can create wealth or destroy it. So it's a risk I'm willing to take throughout this bull run, and then we'll see on the other side at 3, 4, 500,000, maybe a million. But yeah, 30,000. Sorry, Pubby, I keep talking. 30,000 definitely on the table.
Well, if anyone's, we always love to talk about Plan B, is stock to flow or S2FX model. If you're coming here and you're wondering, well, should I wait and wait? Everyone that's ever bought Bitcoin is in the green right now. Everyone that has ever bought Bitcoin, you better buy. So what? It sucked. I started at an all-time high, went through a bear market, but I tell you what, imagine telling someone 3 years ago when you bought at 15,000, 17,000 net, we're going to double your money in 3 years. What other investment can do that already? So don't just try to nickel and dime it. Just buy some. It may go down, then buy more. It'll go back up. But if you really believe, like we do, next year 100,000 minimum, that's the minimum. You're telling me that you won't buy something that is going to 3x in a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree. And it really is. Look, if that's my point. That if we are so sure that Bitcoin is going to cross 100 and 200,000, why are you beating yourself up whether you want to wait to get in and get a 5% discount that very well may not come? And here's my an important point, I think, is if you look at the average price increase of Bitcoin the last 2-3 months, we're talking, I don't know, I didn't run the numbers, but let's say it goes up on average 0.25%, a day, something like that. Are you willing to risk losing out that daily value increase? What information do you have that means that you can outsmart the market short term? You don't have it. Don't be naive. Buy corn, hold it. So my strategy on eToro has moved to, you know what? I'm 100% exposed to Bitcoin. I pretty much have been the whole time. Either way, killing it there. But what I do now is when Bitcoin dips 15% or more, I throw in more money. I scramble dry powder. and throw in
No.
more money.
Oh, can't disagree. And it's the peace of mind to me. You know what? Every day, every month, or however you want to do your dollar cost averaging, just know you don't look at the price. You just put your set amount in there, fire and
Yeah,
forget. And everyone who's done that is way ahead than anyone trying to time the market. So
right.
let's one thing that came out we haven't discussed really. So the SEC coming out and basically calling Ripple a security and watching Ripple's price crash in half almost overnight has been something to see. And the people in Ripple, they still don't get it. You know what? Well, how can they call that a security and not Bitcoin? So how do you differentiate? You and I know, obviously, having Bitcoin outside the purview, and it's fantastic. We don't have a CEO like Gardinghouse, but how do you see that going forward with the SEC calling Ripple a security, and what does that mean for all the other altcoins?
That's a great question, Pubby. And this is not even prepared. This is just the kind of gold Pubby brings to the Toxic Happy Hour. Love you, man.
Two kinds of gold.
Yeah, I think I said that 2-3 times now. I gotta control it here. The bromance gotta cool down. So the reason Ripple is a security, as I understand, is illegal security. Is they sold something to people, sold it. Bitcoin has never been sold. It was free. You ran a program on your computer to secure the network, and you were rewarded with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was free. You just mined it. Well, so it's not free. You paid electricity, but no one sold anything to anyone.
Yep.
At Ripple, they sold Ripple tokens with a promise of, hey, this could go up in value. That makes it an illegal security because it wasn't registered as a security. I don't have a problem with them being taken down by authorities because I don't like scams. I consider
Yeah.
it a scam. And I recommend, I watched a video almost 4 years ago that Tone Base he did with Peter Todd, the Bitcoin Core developer, and had him explain why Ripple was not a worthy, a
Asset.
cryptocurrency. Why it was
Asset
not
class. Maybe I don't know.
why it was not
Yeah.
why it was a scam. That information has been out there for almost 4 years. If you're buying Ripple, you haven't done the research. It's pretty obvious. So for that reason, and also for the fact that there's no value there. Ripple's value proposition is we're gonna be a more efficient way of moving dirty fiat around, instead of Swift. But the point is, fiat currency is going away. Why do you need a system to move around something which is just, dirt
Yeah.
that nobody wants? So
Yeah.
Ripple doesn't even have a value proposition. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Ethereum is also an illegal security. It was sold, by the
Yeah.
way, with 20% pre-mine, which means the founders gave themselves 70% up front. Um, and they um, they uh, they sold it on the promise of potentially making money, which makes it a security. And oh, because it's not registered, it becomes an illegal security. And I have no problem with authorities taking down something which I consider scams that delay the adoption of global sound money, scams that take away savings from people who unfortunately haven't done their due diligence.
Yes. So if they think they're having trouble now, wait until governments or central banks come out with their own digital currencies. You think they're going to allow Ripple to exist? Absolutely no way. That's the first one they take down. You know?
And the thing is, all of these are centralized. Ethereum
Yeah.
is also centralized.
Yeah.
They call it decentralized.
Yeah.
It's not because fewer and fewer nodes operate. The nodes are in the cloud mostly because they need a lot of computer power.
Yeah.
And for this reason, central authorities can go in and change transactions. They can censor transactions. Means it's not decentralized. you're not decentralized if you have 1,000 nodes running in a cloud on a central server farm on Amazon. And by the way, one of the important points I think to take away from today's Toxic Happy Hour is from MT Smith right there. Puppies hips don't lie. And
Yeah.
RD from UK can confirm that it's the only reason he is here.
I love this chat room, man. This is the best chat room in the space, no lie, and smartest probably. We got the best memers. We got the best everything in that chat room, dude. No lie, like my hips.
Absolutely. Like, oh man, some of the memes you guys have. So I think it was up in the middle of the night or very early, and I saw you guys discussing whether you're going to meme Shakira into the being a
Yeah.
big and at the $100,000 party. I go back to bed, sleep a few more hours, wake up, and Bitcoin Twitter is loaded and retarded with Shakira memes and some great memes, man. You guys did the Lord's work.
Yeah.
And artists found Shakira in the chat, which is amazing. Shakira's right here in the chat.
Yeah, I was waiting for Shakira to show up. Hey, love your work. Call me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So hey,
love your work. Your hips don't lie, baby.
Hey, so beyond XRP, and you're going to get this every bull run, and I get not necessarily pushback, but I'm dunking on anything Ethereum or XRP. I dunk on with memes all the time, but it's funny I get pushback of someone that says, "Well, look at this year. Ethereum is up against Bitcoin," and I said, "Well, it's great that you can cherry pick your numbers because this year, yeah, they're coming back. But if you ever look at those charts, every altcoin or dirt coin, as I like to say, versus Bitcoin over long enough time, it looks like a ski slope coming down. And yeah, you'll have a bounce for a few times, but you remember the ICOs that came out in 2017. What does this alt season look like to you? Because when people come in, if people are gonna FOMO in, they're gonna see the $30,000 Bitcoin and say, "What the hell? Oh, look at that! Hey, Bitcoin Cash is only I don't even follow the price. $300, and they're going to try to catch it. But how do you see this alt season playing out compared to 2017?
Yeah, it's a great question actually, and a great topic because a lot of just refilling the coffee here. A lot of people, dirt coin fanboys and fangirls, they think that old season is a natural to come in every single bull run.
Mm-hmm.
No, because 2017 was majority was driven by retail, and retail was dumb enough to fall for the including you, Pubby. We're not going to go into that, but they fell for these the buzzword bingo, the privacy coins, which you will have eventually in Bitcoin. Privacy is irrelevant if it's on dirt. That's not going to work as money anyway, which like Monero, it's not going to work as money. Forget it. People falling for unit bias with Ripple because there's so freaking many of them that each of them becomes cheap. It doesn't make it more valuable. Litecoin, what I call the world's biggest pump and dump ever, because
I'll get back to that in a minute. But yeah.
Because it has a 2.5 minute block time instead of 10-minute block time, saying, "Oh, we can handle more transactions." All of that was buzzword bingo, and it was something people fell for. But this time around, sure, of course, retail is back in. People say this retail is not here yet. It's not true. I have personally converted so many friends and family finally the last 3 months that retail is there. But if you look at the professional investors, the institutions, the companies that are taking center stage in this bull run, look how every single one of them are buying Bitcoin. No one is touching the shit coins, because that's not where you store value. How are you going to store value in Ethereum when nobody knows the maximum cap? When there is no maximum cap, when the monetary policy can be changed at will. Bitcoin has already won, as Michael Saylor says. So, and by the way, so Greg is trying to drink enough whiskey so that you look like Shakira, Puppy. He says ain't working yet, and Chairforce is giving him a shout out. May he rest in peace. And already he's wrecked. But so what's your take on that? So I'm basically saying, look, there was one old season, but I think people a little bit have learned their lesson. I mean, look at Ethereum; it's still 50% off all-time high. We're 50% above all-time high from 2017.
Yeah, I think you're still going to get the same type of people that come in, just like I did. You know, you come in 2017, you FOMO in, number go up, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You see, there's 4 things listed, so you see Bitcoin, Litecoin. I hear that you start reading. Oh, apparently there's a scaling problem with Bitcoin. Litecoin's the future. Well, let me dash some money in there. Oh, Bitcoin Cash. Oh, the white paper says that we have to be, peer-to-peer transfer of money. Let me put some money in there. I mean, it's the standard journey. It'll happen again. I think the difference here is the amount of smart money is just going to pile into Bitcoin. It's going to pile so fast and furious that anyone that comes in just trying to make a buck, they're going to be just outspent quickly by these major corporations and hedge funds and pension funds or whatever you want to put in there. So yeah, there's going to be nice little pump and dumps for them, but yeah, I think this is the year that alt season gets killed off.
Yeah, I mean, sure, a little speculation has increased the price of dirt coins, but it's for the people who still have faith and think it's going to come back. I think it's more pipe dream than there's actual value. I think we can agree to that. So yeah, this is the Bitcoin bull run. This is the bull run, I think and hope, where Bitcoin just seriously pulls away. I just muted you, Puppy. I mean, again, just look at the institutions, the professional investors. They're all buying Bitcoin for the reason that Bitcoin was invented, that it can store value. It's a great money. It's a phenomenal money. It has 100% limited cap, like hard cap is 21 million. This is the reason that investors are buying Bitcoin for the purpose that it was invented, for value, be a good money. And the dirt coins are not good money. They're vaporware yeah, pipe dream.
Well, yeah, here, let's take a quick break. You can freestyle for a bit, but I got a battery issue going on here, man, and I know this crowd, but let me try to switch out and come back in, okay? I'll let you freestyle. Oh. Hey, talk about some eToro, whatever you want.
No, it's good. It's good. Okay, I know what to talk about. I know what to talk about.
All right.
Hey,
kick me out. Kick me out of the chat. Go ahead, kick me out. I'll be right back.
I love this clown show. You bring the clown, I bring the show. No, I'm just kidding. So you don't have a charger? You can just plug that baby in?
Yeah, but it's not working. That's my point. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this thing's running hot. Yep. Hey man, we bring the heat, don't we?
Yeah. Nobody tell Puppy that right now he's wide. Nobody tell him. All right. Okay, he's out. Yeah. So what I want to do now when Puppy's out, I lost the better half of the show now, but here we go. So another very important part of this show, obviously, which you should all have realized now, is the chat. Most of you know it already. You're regulars, but check the show notes below on YouTube, because we have links to many of you guys of the meme army, people who put in an effort in making the toxic chat what it is. And Count Bitcoin is enjoying the fish and chips. You know what? You guys have been very active today in the chat. So let me catch up while Pubby's not around. And yes, John, I agree. He's knocking back the impressing. Yep, and RD. He's here for the chat. I love you. He's watching on mute in that beauty. All right, so let's, while Pubby's out, let's talk a little bit also about let's talk about price expectations. Okay, so my price expectations for this bull run is as I've said before, I expect minimum $300,000 latest Q1 2022. But honestly, I'm getting more and more bullish. I'm getting extremely bullish when I'm looking at the price graphs, how they develop compared to last last having bull runs. We're really ahead of the game. There's a couple of factors. We have companies like this podcast or this toxic happy hour kind of was a little bit intended to at least touch upon, like companies selling corporate notes or whatever they're called, and buying Bitcoin for that and not being stopped out because there's no Bitcoin up as collateral. That is very bullish. But really, I think what very much drives the price here is the fact that fiat currency is being killed at an accelerated phase. We may have had QE since 2008 in that financial crash. But what we have now after COVID is quantitative easing on steroids, and it's just killing the currency faster than we can almost blink. And I'm really starting to lean to, if we have, there's a good chance there will be no bear market in 2022, which would be the normal timing after having bull run up. There's a real chance that we won't see a bear market. We'll probably see a correction. What's that going to be? A 20%, 30%? I don't know. And be prepared for a 50% or more correction. It may come. Nobody knows the future. But I mean, apart from infinity, that's a given. But I'm really starting to lean towards that bear market may just be a correction. It may be very short term. It may not take 6 months. It's definitely not taking 12 months. There's no way. And as Preston Pysh mentioned a long time ago, for many months now, he feels this time it's different. This having bull run is different. MG Smith, love it. So, we have Pubby halfway back. He's figuring something out, I guess. Yeah, Jody, don't even bring up Bitcoin SV. We don't care much for that garbage. And someone recently asked me my opinion on Bcash, and I mentioned that I call it B trash. I think I have that from Tone Vase, by the way. Anyways, I'm hoping for Pubby to come back soon. If not, I love, he's giving me an opportunity to just rant here. So I'll carry on talking about the bull run and how I see things working out. So I have no doubt that we'll reach $300,000 latest Q1 2022. We may even reach it Q4 next year of 2021. And honestly, yeah, I can't imagine one single scenario in this world where Bitcoin doesn't reach minimum 300,000. And I'm just trying to be conservative and set an expectation that I know Bitcoin is going to blow away. So I'm trying to be conservatively realistic / a little bit bullish with the 300,000. But honestly, I would not be surprised if we see 500,000, and I wouldn't be surprised if we go to 1 million. And once we reach those number, be it in 2022 or maybe already in the run up to the 2024 halving, if we reach 1 million, I don't think Bitcoin is going to spend much time between 1 million and 2 million. Well, the correction could be between 1 to 2 million. So let me take that back a little bit. But I'd say once we touch 2 million, it won't be like quarters that we spend between 2 and 3 million. It'll be less than 3 months. It might even be just weeks that we spend between $2 million per Bitcoin and $3 million per Bitcoin. And I'm convinced it's going to happen in 2026 latest. But that's the super bearish worst case scenario, in my opinion. It's definitely likely to happen in this bull run. And in that case, if we don't have the 50% correction, I will lose that steak dinner. And Pubby, so I've just been talking. My expectations for this bull run, and looking a little bit out on the bigger scenario as well.
Yeah.
Looking at the next halving and that bull run. So what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be surprised to see 500,000 in 2022. I wouldn't even be very surprised to see 1 million. It's definitely on the table. And as soon as we reach that level and we're bigger than gold, then it really is very close to escape velocity, if not escape velocity. So that's what I've been sharing with the toxic chat. That we could go to 1 million and we could be at escape velocity. I'm really starting to warm up to escape velocity in this halving, I gotta say. I'll be buying you steak dinner.
Yeah, so let me try this. Hopefully the connection is a little bit more clear. Yes, Pubby's on the lookout for new pub. Yeah, this is it to me. You know that we've talked about that. This is escape velocity. This is companies going out and literally borrowing to buy Bitcoin, small companies. And you're telling me, and imagine just, we're only 3 years from a halving. Not many people talk about that. We're only 3 years and a few months. Another halving, this one hasn't even taken effect yet. Think about that for a moment. You have another halving, and then you've got this scarcity getting towards zero. And this is, and in fact, the 2024 halving, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the one that puts Bitcoin past gold officially. When it comes
How much is that? What's the price you're saying?
No. In inflationary value, the inflationary value, Bitcoin goes past gold. I believe past gold in 2024, if I'm not mistaken. We're close.
Oh, you mean the stock to flow ratio?
Yes.
Yeah, we're very much neck and neck with gold right now. In the stock to flow, which is the same as 100 divided by the inflation rate. Stock to flow is how many years of current flow of production do we have above ground?
Right.
So right now, stock to flow is what, 56? Maybe a little bit increase since the halving, which means that we have the current flow of fresh Bitcoin needs to run for 56 years to match what we have. It won't run for 56 years because it's going to be half, but that's the explanation of that, just to make that clear for everyone.
Yeah, so just imagine you've got companies coming in right now already, like the smaller one, and I'm calling MicroStrategy a smaller company, a company that just put in $1 billion. Imagine when the major ones come in and it gets cut in half again. It's going to be ridiculous. That moonshot. Yeah, it's we can't wrap our minds around it. We really can't.
No, it's going to be 2021. If you think 2020 was an insane year, and I got to say, of course, I feel sorry for everyone who got sick, people passed away, their families. Our thoughts go out to you. But to me personally, 2020 has been a phenomenal year,
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal, and still I know that 2021 will put 2020 in the hall of shame, because 2021 is going to be uh, absolutely insane
Well,
on the Bitcoin price. And and the bull run, it's because bull runs get deeper the further we go. And we're getting steeper. I mean, this is just the beginning. Um,
yeah. So I look back to 2008, and everyone remembers, especially the Big Short. We find out really how corrupt the rating system was, the housing market was, banks were. See you later, Lehman Brothers. Uh, what you're seeing now, I mean, you're lifting the veil behind monetary policy. You have people that are educating themselves and figuring out, wait a second, what the hell is a Federal Reserve? Before it was a fringe group. Now everyone is, wait a second, what is backing my dollar? What the hell is M1 supply? What is M2 supply? People are waking up, and the people with money are starting to wake up and realizing, especially I think I was listening to Saylor's podcast with Preston Pysh, a classic one. When they're talking about true inflation rate, they said, well, yeah, look at the M2 money supply over average. Yeah, on average, that's going to, we're looking at 15, 20%. Finally, CEOs, all these corporations are realizing how much money they've been losing every year. Look, the ham and eggers, the young guys, or just individual people like us, I get it, but it's now the people with money are realizing how they've been lied to this whole time. Oh, buy these nice bonds. Buy this nice bond at 2%, not realizing every year they're losing 13% of value.
Absolutely. I just want to touch on the point you said earlier about the halving. No one's talking about the next halving. I just want to share this information that each time the capitulation in the bear market before the halving has happened earlier and earlier before the halving. What I'm saying is that the uptrend from the bottom of the bear to the halving has started earlier. And last time it was 16 months, because it started going up in January 2019, and the halving was May 11th this year, 2020. And before that, it was only 12 months. Now it's 16 months. So the next one I expect to having, there's good reasons. It's not just random. Basically, stock flow is accelerating slower. I've mentioned that many times. So I expect that uptrend to happen earlier. At the same time, I expect the bull run to last longer, which means that time in the middle is going to be shorter. That potential bear, that may squeeze this bear into a correction. It could very well just be a correction and not a bear market.
Well, yeah. I don't know about corrections. You hit a great point, though, is, when you get to the bottom of those bear markets, it's pretty lonely. Pretty lonely on Bitcoin Twitter, man. There weren't many people at $4,000. There weren't many. And I love every one of you that stuck around. I was there. I mean, we built each other up on doing that. So yeah, I'm getting ready for the moonshot. Going to enjoy, and I think I was listening to Bitcoin Tina, who I've been talking to on the sideline to join us. One of the most bullish guys I know, but he was saying, I love this point. If you think it was hard not to sell during that bear market at the end, because wait until you're in a bull market and how scared you'd be to, damn, do I sell at 100,000 knowing it could be 200? Do I sell 200 knowing it could be 500 within a year? Those are going to take the strong hands, man. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's I mean, I can't begin to fathom how lucky we are to be alive when one money takes over from another. I said it before. Last time a new money took over as money of the world was before the Roman Empire, 3,000 years ago. You and I and the toxic chat are lucky to be alive. not right after Bitcoin took over as money of the world, but we are watching it happen real time. We are watching dirty fiat burn in hell real time, collapsing, and watching Bitcoin come in and create a much, much better world. If anyone want to hear more detail on that, we had the Toxic Happy Hour we had with Jeff Booth was amazing. I love that guy. Jeff Booth is phenomenal. And his thinking is phenomenal. It brought so much value to this space with his argument of and making people understand why deflation creates a much, much better world, a world of abundance. You'll see poverty eradicated. You'll see the divide between rich and poor go down. It's going to be a great world. And by the way, so I can't remember if I mentioned before, but in the show notes below, I think I did, is links to all you toxic meme charts, recharts, whatever, in the chat, or many of them. Anyways, yeah. So,
So let me jump in on this because this goes towards when you have an asset class that can be closely compared to land in a way that you can leverage, because Saylor's a smart guy, man, and leverages many things, and he's one of those guys like myself would never leverage Bitcoin. In the future, if Bitcoin's so valuable, what are the ways you can leverage without selling it, getting value as you turn into hyper Bitcoinization, where the only thing anyone ever wants is just Bitcoin? Are there going to be, will there be the dirt coins, or are there going to be alternate coins that people are going to try to shill? How do you leverage it? How do you get around from selling it? Is what I guess I'm saying, because he talks about, with landowners, for example, is you want to avoid paying taxes. And I've listened to this on the way. You want to avoid paying taxes, capital gains, or even regular income. If you hold Bitcoin in the U.S. right now, if you hold Bitcoin less than a year, you're stuck with regular income taxes. Not that I would ever sell, but my point is, how do you leverage Bitcoin for value in the future?
Okay, this is again great, and it's something we have touched upon it a little bit before, but honestly, so Pubby, I gotta say, I'm just pinching myself. We were at 22, 24 live viewers. Hard to imagine really why it must be the chat itself that is drawing people in, and thank God for that. So I just want to say to people, don't take loans on your Bitcoin because you're using it as collateral. What Michael Saylor is doing means there's no risk being stopped out at any time. If you put up, to avoid a taxable event, and put up your Bitcoin as collateral to take out some money to spend because you don't want to sell your Bitcoin, when a correction comes, because they have come many times before and they can come again, they're less likely now. But if they come, you're going to be wiped out. If let's say your equity is here, your Bitcoin is worth 100, you take a $20 loan. If there's a crash and Bitcoin comes down here, that company will, like BlockFi, will sell your Bitcoin to pay off that debt because they don't want to risk that your equity is worth less than the loan. You're going to be stopped out. You're going to lose your Bitcoin. I've seen this happen to a friend. So what I want to get to is that the difference is that, to real estate, as you mentioned, that people can take out loans on that. And there's still a risk of people being stopped out. That's what happened in the housing crisis. When the prices went down, banks started foreclosing. Don't do that. But the difference is Bitcoin can be used as money. We don't need to put a token on top of Bitcoin. We have Lightning Network on top of Bitcoin. And you say, yeah, I don't want to use my Bitcoin because it's so valuable. But that's why prices will be so low in Bitcoin, because everyone will know it's valuable. And people will want your Bitcoin. So prices will be low. It will be a deflationary world. So we'll be using a few sats in the Lightning Network as a way of payment. And hopefully you're stocked up early enough that you can do that.
So
will be the only money. There's no choice.
So yeah, I think I probably worded that differently than it should have been. I'm not talking about taking a loan against your property, which you can do, obviously. But I'm talking when Bitcoin becomes so valuable in the future, how do you leverage that value, knowing it's going to continue to increase to infinity, without giving up? How do you leverage that? That's my question, because that's what they, in the old days when you had the land barons, yeah, you avoided taxes by, you had land that you could lend out at a certain rate, but you lend out your Bitcoin. But how does that work with hyper Bitcoinization when you can also trade it? Because land obviously couldn't be traded easily, just like gold can't be traded easily because of the physicality. But how do you leverage your Bitcoin holdings? Because damn, I mean, something that's going to keep increasing towards infinity in value, and you don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, and again, Pubby, you're bringing the great thoughts and questions, in my opinion, and that's why we're Bert and Ernie. That's why we're those two old Muppets in the Muppet Show. We got the ping pong going on here. I'm not talking about the Pat Pong ping pong. I'm talking about the ping pong. So that the time between $3 million Bitcoin and infinity Bitcoin will be very short, just like the one between 2 million and 3 million will be very short, because that's when that fiat currency finally collapses. So you won't be taking out fiat currency loans to spend. What's going to happen is when Bitcoin reaches that point where it is the most valuable money in the world, it is the by far biggest global money.
Yeah, that's next year.
Everyone will be, I mean, we'll see about that. It's definitely on the table, but everyone will be willing, all shops, businesses, all goods and services, you will be able to pay in Bitcoin to buy those, because that's what finally most companies want to accept. And don't tell me like, oh, I'm never going to sell my Bitcoin. Sure, you may not sell it, but it's going to be the only money. That's the end game. Don't think that when Bitcoin is the only money, we're not using as money. We will, but the prices will be very low. We're in a deflationary world, and Bitcoin will be so valuable that you'll be buying whatever you need with that. So I think the answer to your question there, or your thought, is by the time that it's going up in value so fast, everyone will be willing to and able to accept your payments in Bitcoin. So that solution, it's already ready now. It needs to be rolled out more. And then we're on a Bitcoin standard. Like, being on a Bitcoin standard doesn't mean that no one is using money evermore. Money has a function. We'll be using money. Prices will just be very low. Go ahead, Pubby.
Oh, listen, I will sell some of my Bitcoin to Shakira if she asks nicely. So that's one positive thing. But hey, what's coming? Let's talk about fractional reserve. They're going to try to fractionally reserve this as a transition part. Do you see that playing out at all? Like, someone says, look, we promise your money. We talk about it with exchanges. You got your either Coinbase, Grayscale, Kraken. So moving forward, do you see how do you see this money grab coming out? People saying, oh yeah, buy your Bitcoin with us and a fraction reserve that shit until they find out there's hyper Bitcoinization and people want it, and it gets easy for people to pull and protect their own keys.
So what are you saying? At what point? And sorry, it wasn't because I wasn't paying attention to it. Probably I had a late night with Tombstone, and
sorry.
And didn't sleep enough. I'm paying attention, but please repeat that.
Yeah. So moving forward, everyone's going to try to, well, by everyone, the exchanges or professional money guys are going to try to wring every last cent out. And so what they're going to do is they're going to fractionally reserve Bitcoin before it becomes the standard. So, I mean, besides the exchanges now we think are, well, I do, are already fractionally reserved on Bitcoin. So question is, like, how do you see it playing out? What type of companies come out to get people that are truly noobs and get them to come in, say, look, yeah, we got it. We got your Bitcoin, and obviously they don't. And it only comes down to when, as you say, no shop, no anything. We'll accept anything else but Bitcoin. Then all of a sudden people realize they don't have it.
Yeah. So it's a good question to which extent they will fractional reserve. I guess it's just something we really don't know anything about. And honestly, I don't know if regulation in US means that at least the US exchanges and entities like Grayscale with GBTC that holds a ton of Bitcoin, if in any way there's any audit going on there, I just don't know if there is. But of course, that could happen. But I don't know. I'm not afraid of it in any way. I don't have the precise answers to that. It may happen, and those exchanges or banks that do fractional reserve, I guess it's a matter of time before they collapse as more is as they reach a point where people want to draw out the Bitcoin that they think they have, and then the exchange already sent it to someone else. So they will be weeded out. It leads actually very well into a question from our boy, Plan Marcus, who actually was the first to do the Brian Ernie meme for the Toxic Caviar, and then his chair force that has perfected it. He's asking, at what point will you consider earning interest on your Bitcoin? So, and
yep.
I know we all saying, look, you got to self-custody, not your keys, not your coins. We all got to have possession, but like not fractional reserve banking, but actual banking has a place in the economy. If you hold, an amount of Bitcoin, and there's companies that say, hey, we can expand our profitable business by making some investments. You want to loan it. That's a real function that you lend them, a million Satoshis, they borrow it at an interest rate and do business and pay you back an interest rate. Of course, there's a trust issue here. There's got to be collateral. I don't think that's going to happen. Right now it's happening basically because it's lent out to short sellers and they got to put up collateral. So that's the market for Bitcoin interest rate right now. In the future, when Bitcoin has taken over as money of the world, that normal banking functionality or function is needed in society. It's what helps finance to grow good companies, good ideas. So I think that's people can do it already now. I don't know at what point I'll start doing it, but I don't want to hand over my Bitcoin to anyone. And also I don't really feel I have enough to start gambling with it like that. The value increase in Bitcoin is so big. I don't want to give up that to get 5% a year, whatever they're offering.
Oh, well, Anders, I know you confided in me that you had 10,000 Bitcoin, so I think you're pretty safe.
Oh God! Don't even throw out lies like that, because if people see this and they don't have the humor and they believe it, I have a target on me. And on that note, I just want to say that I have, as everyone else should have, make sure you don't have access to your Bitcoin where you live.
I don't. I told you. I tell everyone I leave my stuff on Coinbase. I never have access to it. Whenever I want to try to sell, guess what?
I know.
It's shut down.
That's right. You're never tempted to sell because it's just possible on Coinbase. So you know what? I'm getting thirsty. I'm talking a lot. I do need a little breakfast. I'm gonna rush to the fridge and find me some breakfast. Let's see if we can pull something up from the chat. I'm sorry. Like it's we really chat and viewers is out of hand, man. It's really hard to to uh, to keep track. And here's a statement from Cy Flyer, which I think is great. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. He'll only deposit Bitcoin for interest with Fidelity. Fidelity seems like a good, solid, like Bitcoin codex company, if you know what I mean. So I agree that it seems like someone that you could trust a bit more than others. There's that. Give me 2 seconds, Puppy.
You got it, man. We'll keep talking. Yeah, hey, everyone in the chat room, you guys fucking rock, man. You're keeping me. I'm trying not to laugh, but this is the best. Honestly, this is the best spot in Bitcoin. Even though we have 24 in our chat, goddamn, I love all you guys. You guys are brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, just a shout out to the chat room, man.
Let's say, yeah. Cheers to the chat.
Yeah, to the chat room.
To you, Puppy, and to the chat.
A Peroni? Going Italian.
I love Italian.
Yeah.
And
hang on.
Cheers to the chat and cheers to you, Puppy. You're bringing it.
Hey, Happy New Year coming up.
Happy New Year.
30,000. 30,000.
You heard it here first, so maybe, well, and 1,000 other Twitter accounts that tweeted it out.
Hang on. The bar winch is slacking. 1 second.
Yeah, tell the bar to shut down, because I think I want to hear what you guys think in the chat. But I think Puppy should do same as.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
What I'm saying is, Puppy, I think you should do just like Rel Paul. You see, anytime he does a one of his XRP warm-up shows, he's sitting alone in a bar somewhere in the Caribbean. You know, probably owns it, probably paid them. And I think you should respect Toxic Happy Hour and just own the place when we're streaming.
That's true.
Have everyone.
That's true. Yeah. And you know, one of my favorite memes or highlights that happened Christmas Eve, I think I shared that with you and some of the folks in the chat, was when I trolled him enough to say that he owns more Bitcoin than me, which is pretty quite obvious. But hey, when you get into a Bitcoin dick measuring contest, that's pretty good. One day, I'll have that pub where I can turn down the radio on my own. Right now, it's not that day.
Yes, Shakira. Yes, Shakira. So yeah, we spoke about that yesterday. I think as we had a great conversation yesterday. It was so much passion and energy in our 20-minute phone conversation when you were dropping down to the country club to pick up dinner.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I thought that's a way that I can disclose it, Puppy, without completely doxing your Hamptons location, where you do arrive in your non-public jet every now and then.
It's nice this time of year.
So, as we spoke about yesterday, it would be fun to have Raul Pal on the show. We could, although I'd like for him to, whatever, man. Whatever. Honestly, whatever. Cheers.
Well,
make it happen, and we'll do it. Make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. So here's my take on Raul, because I love the fact that he gets beaten up pretty good on Bitcoin Twitter. Hell, I'm one of the main ones doing it as well. And there's a part where I love the toxicity of what we do. People avoiding all the scams, the shit coins, everything else. However, he has some honest questions. I think people that are going to come in during this bull run are going to have honest questions. Well, why not Ethereum? And we can't be at a point where, hey, shitcoin, get away, up yours, get away. You got to have an answer for some of the questions they will have. Now, he may have questions. Of course, he has his real vision. He has a way to make money out of this. However, he'll bring up points to me, or he has brought up points it's gonna take someone on the outside saying, "Look, I'm 80-20. I want to do 80% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum," and I would like to just have him on the show to explain what his thought process is. What is his 20% take about Ethereum? Because I know I'll be getting questions. You'll be getting questions as we move forward about other people that listen to him and why. But just to like shut a guy, I don't believe in just totally shutting someone down unless it's Roger Ver. But you see my point, because and he's been a good sport about it. I mean, he's been beaten down. He keeps coming back, just like Dave Portney. I just think it's interesting.
Absolutely, and so yeah. I mean, I agree. Let that be a message that first we are kind. Bitcoiners, we are good people. First, we are kind to people and explain why that altcoin that they're looking at or owning actually is a shitcoin. Altcoin is a name that that proposes that the coin has an alternative use case. Not so, and that's why we call it a dirt coin or shit coin or whatever. Yes, first we should engage in an open and friendly and firm conversation, and you know, if they keep laying it on and wanting to do if I sense anything that people want to lead people into a scam knowingly, that triggers me, to be honest. But so I agree on that. I took a lot of notes here while you were speaking, you know, to not lose my train of thought, to remember some of the things I want to say. First of all, again, and you have links to many of the fun people hanging out in the chat. So that's one thing. Also, I want to share with you, Pubby, one of my favorite Christmas presents, which was this T-shirt from Psycho Bunny. I kind of love it. And for that reason, I'm not wearing my pink scarf today, because that would cover the bunny.
Oh, my God.
Don't cover the bunnies. Also, and I want to hear what you had for Christmas, some of your favorite Christmas presents. So Bitcoin 2021, which is a Bitcoin only conference that is next year going to be held in Los Angeles by Bitcoin Magazine. We have a link below where you get 20% off if you pay with Dirty Fiat. Get the ticket while there's still some available. We make zero on it. We don't shill anything unless we love it already and would do it anyway for free. This one, there's nothing in it for us. I just would love to meet some of my fellow Tuxies at the conference and have a ball at Bitcoin, maybe being at, who knows, 80,000 by that time. But they did have this early bird thing when they started selling them, I think like 1.5 years ago. 1.5 years ago, I bought a ticket right there, $1. That was the first 24 hours. You got this sick price. And although I don't like to buy things because it means less sats, I couldn't turn down a $1 ticket.
I don't even know where to begin here, my friend. My God. Yeah, Merry Christmas, obviously. When it comes to presents, you know, as you get older, you don't need presents for yourself. I've been stacking so hard this year. I said, look, everything I need is already in Bitcoin. I need nothing. And truly, that's what I got this year, is nothing, because I've been just plowing all into Bitcoin. And thank God, because it's been a nice year.
Absolutely. It has. And we've been good to ourselves, and we've been stacking sats. And honestly, I ended up being able to stack more sats. That was my original goal in the beginning of the year. So, you know, one of the reasons it's been a great year. And on the note of what you just said
Yeah.
about you putting yourself Bitcoin all year, that conversation yesterday where you called me started on a very bullish note.
Yep.
And I think we can disclose that. Am I right? Like, I'm not going into details. All I'm saying is,
looking into further loans. But look at having zero debt. Fuck, when you can get loans at certain percentages, when you know a bull run's coming, that you've already gained so much that it would take just a small percentage of what you've already gained to pay off that loan on any dip. But damn, why not? Why not, man? Michael Saylor style. Let's do it.
Look, if you don't have more fiat debt, let's say if you're in US, if you don't have more debt in dollars that you hold in cash in your bank account, whatever in your wallet, then you are long the dollar. I'm short the dollar. I make sure to have more fiat debt than I have fiat cash because I believe it's crashing real time. Most Bitcoiners do. Well, put do you talk the talk or do you walk the walk? Again, it's not financial advice, but you called me and told me that that you're going to start shorting the dollar. You're going to start attacking the dollar, which is a good thing for the world. Is a good thing for the American population. The sooner we get to a Bitcoin standard, the better it will be for the people of America. And let me put on that note. Right now, I don't think it's there's a lot of things that are very bad in this in this country. But once we get on a Bitcoin standard, America will once again see its former prime. It will be restored. It will be a great place to live. It will be a great nation when we're on a Bitcoin standard. Because fix the money, fix the world. The country needs to be fixed. The corruption needs to be fixed. The federal bank needs to be eliminated. It's going to happen. They don't have a choice. They tried in 2012 to kill off Bitcoin. CIA put down a committee to find out how to get rid of Bitcoin and kill it off. They found out they can't do it. Bitcoin is here to stay.
You want to know how we always have a short memory in Bitcoin, don't we? Everyone thinks, like, my God, look at these prices. They forget what it was just a month ago, 2 months ago. Think of August at 9,000. We get to this point, and it's funny because many people go to work, we'll say 22, 23, 24. What do? Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna put money into this 401k, and I won't look at it for basically 40 years. And I'm laughing at how you can have such a timeline at that time. Grow and grow and grow. Everyone wants to get rich like overnight in some cases on Bitcoin. But when you look at the dollar value that they're giving out for housing loans, if you have any type of equity in your house right now, and you're getting a 1% loan or 2% loan for 30 years, can you imagine the price in 30 years of Bitcoin?
Infinity.
Can you imagine? And you got equity in your house. It is an absolute no-brainer. I mean, I can't give financial advice from a pub, but I will. No. But I'm saying if you can pull out any equity to put some down and you can handle it with your cash flow, talk.
Yeah, so I decided to handle it without the cash flow and just do it. Just all in. I like all in. I like it. Wish I went all in at an early stage, so I really would have some substantial, but better little than nothing. Amen.
Yeah. Hey, the phrase money talks and bullshit walks. That's a great thing of Saylor's position. Saylor's position is he had so much cash anyway. He offers notes, and like someone reminded me. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Plan Markets in the chat room. Yeah, did you get like 0.75% like Saylor? Can you imagine someone offering you a 0.75% loan to buy Bitcoin today? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That is such a no-brainer. Of course you're gonna take a fiat debt because that fiat debt is nothing. Like 10 years from now, you can pay off all your fiat debt with a couple of sats because nobody wants the fiat is worthless. It's such a no-brainer. But of course, no financial advice in this channel. This
No.
is just I don't know if I would call it infotainment or entertainment. It's probably neither. This is just pop talk.
No, hey, you know what this is? Look, it's not financial advice that make money. Hey, I'm going to try to keep you from losing your money. Buy Bitcoin so you don't lose your money to inflation. How's that? It's not financial advice. I'm not promising sick gains. I'm saying you won't lose your money as much.
That's right. And I think we can be open about that. If you store your value in Bitcoin, historically, it's been proven that it's a better store of your value. You can transfer through time from now to the future the value of your savings, the value of your labor, the value of your hard work. With Bitcoin, you can transfer it to yourself in the future, unlike with fiat currency, where you're basically a slave to the central bank, handing over the value of your labor to someone else who decided that counterfeiting is okay if it is happening centrally.
So
hell no.
There's a great point I heard on that Pysh interview with Saylor, and he was talking about Saylor was talking about some of the negative interest rates, and he says you're trying to almost reverse time. You're trying to push negative interest rates on these. You're trying to basically push water uphill. You're trying to have negative time and reverse everything that is natural in the universe. It can't happen. And what we're seeing, everyone talks about hyperinflation. With Bitcoin, I don't even know if there's a term for it, but it's like hyperdeflation. We're going to see real time You're going to see Bitcoin jump up so quickly. It's going to make people just they won't know what hit them because we're so deeply wedded to this idea of fiat. No one's going to understand how long they've been lied to and how deeply they've been lied to.
Amen. It was actually a shower thought of mine this morning, 45 minutes before we went live, as I was preparing for the show. How amazing it is to be alive now. You remember Elon Musk and his theory about how the chance of us living in base reality is slim, very slim. And I'm just thinking, imagine being alive at this very particular point in time.
Yeah.
How insanely lucky that is. The chance of that is so small that it's like, yeah, maybe it's all a simulation to see how people react during the introduction of a new money, because it's only happening every third millennia. Well, at least last third millennia. And then I was thinking, I'm just going out on a brain fart here. So you know how people, and this is from Tombstone as well, where they're saying, one guy believes in God is saying that, when you die, you see light and you walk towards the light, and that's heaven. Just quoting from Tombstone, when he's dying, he says, yeah, it's not true. There is no light. And then off he goes, more than earth. But imagine that this is not base reality. We're getting deep now. And as you exit the game by dying in the game, the light you see is you coming back to whatever reality we're living in that we totally forgot about. I'm just it's a shower thought and a very little amount of sleep.
You're trying to land a space shuttle Challenger for some reason. I can't think of the other one, but you had an argument and you're trying to land this thing like a beast. That's good. I didn't know where you were going with it. You got this unwieldy aircraft that you're coming down with that argument. I didn't know where you're going with it. I hope you bring it down safely, man.
No, that's it's done. This is a crash and burn. This is known as a crash and burn puppy. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just brain farting.
I'm just here to put the rope out. I put the rope out for you to hang yourself.
Yeah.
The silence is deafening. The silence is the rope. Yeah, man. That's awesome.
This is the Challenger coming down with 28,000 miles per hour and no landing gear.
Fuck.
That's me right now.
I think Challenger was the wrong one to choose. I think
Oh shoot, that blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember I was in school. I was actually in school, watching it blow up. Unfortunately, yeah. So let's think of another space shuttle besides the Challenger that you can bring in for. Well, God, yeah. Well, actually, hey, we are the Challenger of podcast. So
there you go. This is the official clown show of the Bitcoin community. And the only reason we're still around is because the chat is having fun with themselves. That's it. I know. Yeah, Plan Marcus is playing with himself right now. So is Marty Zhao. It seems to be the only two people left in the chat.
what chat, dude? I'm showing 22 here.
Man, just unbelievable.
Where are you? Yeah.
I gotta attribute this to you, but so yeah, I just want to say, so with Challenger, that was I was in this not kindergarten. What do you call it? I don't know. I think it was like a tween or like
First
12.
grade. I don't know.
Oh, probably fourth, fifth grade. I can't remember. Yeah. I went home from that after school thingy to watch this, because to me it was huge. Like we've got a rocket, a rocket ship, spaceship, whatever, shooting off. And I can't even remember where they were going. They were just going in orbit, right? I don't think they were going to the. I mean, they weren't going to the moon or anything. But it was so fascinating for me as a child. I went home, watched it on a 14-inch, probably a color screen, but a 14-inch TV with an antenna, watching this, and the damn thing exploded. And our thoughts with families. But it was.
Was that, you said 14-inch with antennas? you weren't
yes,
having.
That's true. I have antennas. That's it.
You're having fun saying poor at the time. Listen, you'll be able with Bitcoin to afford something bigger. But no, listen, hey, I'm going to tie this all back into Bitcoin too. When it comes to safety standards, remember it was an O-ring that didn't hold up because the weather was so cold. Okay, so one of the O-rings in the rocket did not hold up. But guess what? You had pressure of people trying to make money. They were trying to make shit fiat gains, and they pushed through unsafe practices to do it. So anything in the world can easily be tied back into what the value of Bitcoin is.
Yeah, and fiat is the cancer of society. Do we agree?
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
Fiat currency is the cancer of modern day society for the last 100 years.
Yeah.
If we didn't all have to chase those savings that are being eroded away, if we didn't have to take fake price increases, imagine they persuaded 99-point-something% of the population that it's in your best interest that prices go up and your savings lose value. Imagine thinking that it's good for you that your savings lose value. Imagine that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there's some breakup sometimes here. I just want to say, I hope you have.
Oh, yeah, look, don't ask me to go back 10 seconds in my memory here, Pubby, you're asking a lot.
No, can you hear me? I hope you have.
Fun.
Staying poor. Yeah. Bring out the scarf. Let's do it.
Pubby, so I was thinking if we could maybe get the chat. Let's see if the chat is lit. Let's see if we can get the chat to spell out letter for letter, and you're allowed to double dip because this is a social experiment. Let's see if we can get the chat to spell out letter for letter what we all know it's time for if you don't hold Bitcoin.
Oh, look at Plan Marcus and Marty Zhao going H to H. Oh.
Can I get, what are you talking about? I don't see no H. Can I get an H?
I'm watching a YouTube live chat, baby.
Shit, yeah. All right.
Lots of A's. I mean, look, this is the
A. H. A. First time ever on a live. Oh, damn. It's going. Oh, my God. Live Silent Lamb. I'm trying to catch you. And BTC Moon Guy. All right. We have fun. No, Plan Marcus has not been invalidated. Go back to your pod in Holland.
Oh, hey, we got a great start. We got a great start here with Silent Lamb with an F and Marty Zhao with a U. This could go anywhere. This
You're
could
allowed
go.
to double dip, just not. You know, 2 letters in a row. Marty. Okay, we got RDBDC in a house still. Watching us. Right, that's it. We're having fun. We're having fun so far. What we got going on?
Jesus,
Yes,
you might as well have Shakira jump in here. It's like Shakira jumped in and said, "The next one that texts for me, I'm yours."
That's it. First time ever on a live podcast. People are having the hard thing for me is trying to catch the letters that they're moving up.
Plan Marcus jumping in with a gay term. Great.
Silent. Plan Marcus. Wait, no. Oh, okay, we're missing something here. After the end, Silent Lamb, you're early. No. Okay. I'll throw in the G, you gangsters. Silent Lamb, P, count Bitcoin. O. No. Jody. We don't spell that with 1 O. Come on, Jody. Hit me up, Jody. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yeah. All right.
This is a train wreck here. It's a train wreck, man, coming in. Love it.
All right. And then Jody, I'm gonna pull you in. We did it. You guys did it. The chat did it. Chat is lit. Have fun staying. Whatever the chat said, it's not my word.
Tomorrow.
The chat.
Wow. Yeah, guys.
Can you believe that,
Bring it together.
I think.
Yeah.
My 2020 dreams have been fulfilled. I didn't know I had these. RDBTC called an invalid block. That's how the Bitcoin blockchain works. We have a chat blockchain here. First ever Bitcoin chat blockchain. Have fun staying poor. I didn't say it. You guys said it. MG Smith said it. Pubby, I'm blown away by the lit people. Whoever left the show missed out on a historic moment. First time ever, I swear. They're going to show this on CNBC. You're going to be famous, Puppy.
Shit, I don't want to be famous. I want to hang out with my homies here, man.
That's what we're doing. Doing.
But the people in the space here, they're the people I love, man. In the beginning.
Psycho Bunny. I'm loving it. That's a cool brand. I love it. I'm saying it because I didn't buy it for myself. I just got it, right? So I can say it. But Puppy,
you're
where you at? Where you at your pints in your draft?
Oh, actually, I'm almost due for one as well. So, hey, we'll let the chat room go. Ready? Break. Let's do it. Let's go get a beer.
No, man. I'm getting a beer first. I said it first.
What's that?
I'm getting it first.
Oh, just kidding. I got one brought to me. Oh, hello.
This is what it's like to own a chain of authentic pops
authentic.
on the East Coast, in the Hamptons, flying non-public jet, and picking up takeaway from the country club. This is what it's like. Right here. You're watching it right here.
Yeah.
This is Puppy. Puppy is living the dream. All right. I got to follow up on that.
Go for it, baby. Oh, there we go. Hang on a second. Who's at call? Oh, 6 deep. Yeah, put 6. Yeah.
He has a good point. Oh, and Mario, this is it. This is the screenshot. December 28, 2020. We spelled out have fun staying poor on the Toxic Happy Hour show chat. The chat. That's what's happening. And let me just say something. So all you people out there watching this in replay, taken out of context, and you think that it's a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
Have fun staying poor comes from a place of love. And let me explain why.
Yes.
We are trying to save our friends and our family and all our loved ones. We're trying to save them from not having Bitcoin and being wiped out financially. And it's an uphill battle. Some people will have open ears. Some people have shut ears. A lot of people have shut ears. And we keep telling them, we invest our resources and energy into, for the sake of love for our family and friends and other loved ones, save them from the fiat currency implosion. And when they keep telling us that we are radical and we're crazy, whatever else we've been called, in the end, it's too hard for us to bear that our loved ones are walking straight into the fiat collapse and implosion of their savings. That's why in the end we have to give up, because it's too hard, and we got to say, you know what? Have fun staying poor. So it's coming from a place of love. I think I just, kind of make sure that we don't have a lot of haters for that one, right?
Oh, yeah. Is it my turn to go?
Yes, please.
No,
Please.
he's probably the silent lamb counting. Yep, saying Pubby's 6 deep now. I don't even know. I bring the heat, baby. I bring the heat to the show. I gotta come. Not only the questions, but I gotta bring the beer. Damn.
No.
Is there anything you bring?
Puppy, you don't bring the heat. You bring the hips, and your hips don't lie. They don't.
They
don't lie.
No, man. This is why we're so popular. We're popular. Like, oh my God, let's see what we got here. 22 in the chat.
Fred Hoddle, this is for you. You love the bunny. So do I. Fred Hoddle is part of my eToro family, and he gave a great testimony or whatever you call it, a review on us in a comment long time ago on another show, and I loved it so much because he says, we're a good show because we're having fun and we're shilling the S out of Bitcoin, which we are because we believe it's best for you and your family and your loved ones.
Listen, there's one thing absolutely we will never do on this show. One, shill a shit coin at any time. It is Bitcoin only here. Number two, we will never have a sponsor. Well, unless they pay us a lot. If they pay us a lot, we'll have a sponsor. Fuck with me, man. Come on, man. We'll never have a sponsor. You'll never hear 5 minutes of our opening of, we'd like to thank our amazing sponsors. You will never hear that here. And the minute you do, Pubby has. So, oh wait, we got a sponsor? Son of a bitch. We got a sponsor.
Well, you're kind of ruining my 2021 dream, Puppy.
My God.
I was gonna announce that my dream for 2021.
Real Vision. Real Vision is our sponsor. Bastard.
It's called CryptoVision, and I know you love Crypto, Puppy. So my dream for 2021 is to have Guinness as a sponsor in my living room. I have a draft Guinness setup. I got some of that 615 action. Just pouring Guinness just for me. as I need them, I don't have to go to the fridge. I have it served properly poured Guinness, not just random like bottle Guinness, canned Guinness, rightfully draft, properly poured Guinness flown in from Ireland, where the water is typically. And let me just say one thing about Guinness: it's full of iron. Guinness actually has a lot of health benefits. So that's my dream. 12 months from now, that we have Guinness as a sponsor, and all the money we'll ever make from sponsorship, they're gonna go to the Toxic crew having a fun time. And I'm talking the host and the chat. You're gonna run some parties, man.
Hey, you got to expand your thinking. I know you want Guinness in the living room, and that sounds amazing. Night 2021 will have Shakira in the bedroom as my sponsor. Shakira in the bedroom as my sponsor. The wife won't be happy, but we'll see.
You know what?
I'm not joking about all that.
Sure, you're just joking. Sure, puppy. It's been taken live, and I'm sure people know how to record that and meme it. You're just setting yourself up. You know what? I'll tell you what. I think your wife will be fine with it because that'll take some of that pressure off, and she no longer has to call migraine. She'll be preoccupied. So Chairforce, let me just say Chairforce. So Chairforce right now. Shout out to Chairforce Hagel, who normally, like, he is a hard stacker. Chairforce Hagel is a tough hard stacker, and when he is not flying around, and I'm not lying, Apaches and tanks, moving them around the globe. He's doing thumbnails and other graphic words for the Toxic Happy Hour nonprofit, which we are. Any profit will be redirected into something like Guinness and whatever. And I remember now having a conversation so I'm talking a lot with Chairforce these days, because he's helping out with the thumbnails, and he's doing great work. I mean, just look at Breedlove, the thumbnail, and that reminds me. So I'm just going to write down another amazing announcement. Apart from the fact that Breedlove is coming on Friday, January the 8th, 3 p.m. Pacific time. It's scheduled now on my YouTube channel, so you'll see that. So I remember having a discussion with Chairforce about his shirts that he designs a long time ago. I only now realized that is the same Chairforce that is helping us out on the thumbnails. So Chairforce, you and I are going to talk, and we're absolutely going to do something. And his job is a secret for now, so I just messed that up. So hey, man, flying Apaches is I messed it up.
So it really took you that long to connect one Chairforce who's creative to another Chairforce that's creative in the Bitcoin space, that they may be the same person?
Puppy, at that time, Chairforce was, it's a long time ago. It's several months ago. And you got to understand, I'm living the dream, Puppy. I'm living the dream.
That you are, my friend, that you are.
There's a lot of late nights going on, and I don't necessarily recall conversations a couple of months back, because my mind, what I recall is the price of Bitcoin and the bull run anatomy. That's where my focus is. But Chairforce, you and I are going to have a chat, because I have some ideas, and we're going to have a chat. Love it, man. Thanks for the work. Everyone, Chairforce also is to be found in the show notes below, like a lot of other good people. Those are our main focus points in the show notes. I know you want to say something, Puppy, so I'll give the word to you. Whatever. Take it away.
Yeah, Chairforce won't be too happy when he finds out we have Pierre Rochard coming on. Oh, look at that transition. Chairforce up against No Chairs, Pierre. Get ready.
So, Friday, the 15th of January, 11 PST, we have no other than chairman of non-chair board of directors committee, coming on the Toxic Happy Hour.
Oh.
Pierre Rochard, Friday, 15th of January, is coming on the Toxic Happy Hour. My language. Pierre Noche Rochard is coming on to hang out with the Shawarma Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Bitcoin creeps, please.
Yeah. So what are we looking at now, man? Let's look forward to the new year, 2021. So let's look like early, first 3 months. Where do we go? 2020 was a year to me of Michael Saylor. It was a year of a true believer with some money to come in, a true believer with a vision, all in, obviously to the tune of $1 billion, who has shown the way. He's shown the way for many people. What could be? I never thought of the angle before of just buying Bitcoin and holding it forever. I'm a believer now. Hold it forever as long as you can. He showed people this is a store of value, the greatest store of value of all time. Because we transitioned, when I started in 2017, it was the greatest medium of exchange. And I've come to realize we never had a medium of exchange problem. We've had a store of value problem in the world. And I never knew that. Well, it took me 3 years to realize it. Michael Saylor has highlighted not only for people, but for companies. What do you foresee, not necessarily price-wise, is there an aspect of Bitcoin that people are overlooking? Is there something about Bitcoin that people aren't seeing that, again, will be sort of picked up and moved forward?
What are you fishing for? Are you looking for, is there something critical that we've overlooked? Or?
No, just a use case. That's the brilliant thing about Bitcoin is there's so many use cases for it. There's so many use cases that no one really thinks about. When I brought up, when we were talking about the space shuttle, Challenger blowing up, I mean, there were lives that were unfortunately lost, but it's mostly because for fiat gains. I'm looking for what moving forward makes Bitcoin, or can someone have an angle on Bitcoin that will bring either money or attention or people to it, besides the freedom money? Is there an angle we're missing? Because Michael Saylor bringing up store value, that was never in my purview, but it changed my line of thinking.
Are you saying that you never saw Bitcoin as a store of value?
No. I never saw it as a store. I saw it as a store of value. I never saw someone coming in with $1 billion saying this is store of value. I'm not even going to sell for 100 years.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
No, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
That's why the Michael Saylor, CEO, founder of MicroStrategy, his announcement was such a milestone in Bitcoin, because all us previous buyers of Bitcoins were speculating in that future. Yeah. Michael Saylor stepped in and was that future. He said, sure, you're talking about it's a better store value in the future. That future is now. I'm storing value. That's it. I am storing value. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm asking is, we have our base layer right now. We talk about all these different layers from Lightning Network, everything that other altcoins presume to be done or they can do. Where do we go from here? Where do we go as Bitcoin from here, from the developers? Because, besides the Saylor Academy, he's going to put so much money into Bitcoin development. What's the next layer to be added? So what's the near future, aside from buying Bitcoin to make money and number go up, which we all love, of course? What's the next technological future of Bitcoin to you?
Privacy. Privacy is the only thing missing.
Okay.
Privacy, and then a build out Lightning Network. But the build out of Lightning Network, look, Lightning Network has zero limitations. The capacity is unlimited. So Bitcoin's capacity to transact on a medium of exchange level is unlimited. Because Lightning Network is decentralized and anyone can run up a Lightning Network wallet and connect as a Lightning Network peer on the network, that capacity is unlimited. So as the need to transact in Lightning Network when fiat dies away, Lightning Network is there and ready. So I think that is in place. Privacy is what we need to know get more of, because if you look at the 4 properties of money, scarcity I'm not mentioning because that's a given. You need scarcity for money. But the 4 properties of money, that money, like any commodity in the world ever, has been competing on those 4 properties to become that one chosen money commodity of the world, to become that money system. It is portability. Bitcoin is already infinite portable, so we're good. Divisibility. Bitcoin is already infinite divisible, as stats later can be subforked to subdivisions of that. Durability. Bitcoin is already infinite durability, so you can't bring out a money that's doing better on those. The last thing is fungibility, which basically means privacy in money speak, and we're not there yet. But that's the only thing we're missing. Once that is in place, and if you know a little technical know-how today, you can already get privacy. It's the one thing we need to get in place. So that's the one thing I'm looking at. Your ask, where do I see development needed? Well, it's needed there, but it's happening there. It's happening. Lightning Network is part of that. CoinJoin is part of that. We're going to get Taproot, Schnorr, and all these things, which I don't fully understand technically, also assisting in that. So we're getting there. And let me just add that because Bitcoin is digital and decentralized, it's brought 2 new properties. I remember one of them being the one thing you mentioned to me 2 years ago in our very first phone conversation, that Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. Because it's digital and decentralized, it gives it unconfiscatable properties. And furthermore, it's permissionless value transfer. If you want to transfer value to someone that the government doesn't approve of, you can do so because it's your money. It gives people power back to the people, your money back to you. It's sovereign money. It's not government money. So this is good money.
So, like you say, when we talked the first time, or even now, the first thing I saw, you try to diversify in life. And I was telling you, look, hey, it has stocks, bonds, land, and all this. This Bitcoin thing is interesting to me. And I told you. So what I found fantastic and intriguing was it's unconfiscatable. That was the first thing I said. And I still believe that. That's still a major player into what I do. And in fact, because of that, more and more of other assets get rolled in to Bitcoin on my part. But dear God, to have an asset class that you can transfer anywhere in the world in your head, that's so insane. That's so insane. So when I first heard of it, I said, "Damn, that coin's got to be worth 100,000 anyway, just for those reasons alone."
Bearish.
So I will say next year, what I need more of, or want to see more of, from the technical side, if you want things to go mainstream, the holding and storing your private keys in an easy way has to be streamlined, because right now it's brutal. The process is brutal. And look, techie guys think it's easy. They think it's easy, like, oh, well, yeah, fuck, I'll download this wallet. Oh, yeah, just order this from either Cold Card or Ledger, which, Ledger's have their own issues. And you pull it offline, you keep it here. You got to streamline the process. You got to make it as easy as opening up your own bank account, because that's the weakness right now. There's going to be people starving for value they can store, but dear God, they don't want to have to go to 3 years of engineering school to figure out how to download stuff. And that goes for older people, not just the younger kids may get it, but you're missing the wealth is in the boomers right now. There's a lot of wealth in the boomers that would like to do this. They just have no clue on how to do it.
Agree. But you know what? I think we're not that far away from having great usability. Of course, It can always be improved. User interface is extremely important. But my grandmother is almost 100 years, and she's sharp,
Yeah.
like the sharpest knife. She's sharp as you and me, and she has great humor. God, I love her. And with the level of user interface we have today on Lightning Wallet, I swear she'll be able to use it. She's almost 100. She would be able to use Bitcoin today. It's been great work done. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what is the best Lightning network wallet, because I think it's something that we should all start experimenting with and get used to using. If nothing else, maybe not for spending Bitcoin, but for instance, I had a Bitcoin buddy of mine over for a little, party a couple of months ago, just talking Bitcoin and having fun. We ordered some dinner and we did some, I pay, you pay the other, you give me the other half directly, whatever. And we should just have had a Lightning wallet for that. Why do dirty fiat if you can just do, clean tap? So Lightning Network, we got to spin those wallets up. I'm trying to look into what's best. People saying a lot of different things. I'm hearing Blue Wallet. I'm hearing SAP.
We'll see. We'll see, man. So what do you do now? I got to wind down, man. We got to have some final thoughts. I had a good 2-hour run on this one. We got some great guests. Listen, thanks to all the guests that showed up last year just to hang out with us. But next year, we got some great guests coming up for one. So what do we have coming up in the next month or two?
All right. So what we're coming up in just the first half of January, well, pretty much like the first 18 days of January. Yep. We have Robert Breedlove, Bitcoin Adonis, aka the Bitcoin Poet, aka the Bitcoin Philosopher, coming up January 8th,
nice.
Friday, 3 p.m. PST. Then we have Pierre Rochard, in the house Friday the 15th, 11 a.m. PST. Breedlove already is scheduled on the YouTube channel. People can sign up on that or whatever, however it works. Not really sure. But we got Pierre Rochard. That's gonna. Those two are just. It's gonna be lit. And also we have Andy Edstrom coming up. I believe we nailed the 18th, and we need Chairforce to do a. That's right, Chairforce. We got AKA 60 Breedlove coming up. I know you made a funky thumbnail for that. I didn't post that because I don't know if you guys were just having fun or if you meant it, but it was potentially good thumbnail. I'll tell you that. So that is free. And Andy is, I can understand, like a bit of a financial advisor. He brings a great angle as well. Furthermore than that, I've been in talks with JW Weatherman for at least a month now. That also to come on the show. So that would be. We just haven't scheduled anything yet, and honestly, we just gotta squeeze it in sometime. That would be interesting to hear some of his point of view. He's very skeptical of hardware wallets, and I think it's important to hear what he has to say and what he thinks is the best way to secure your Bitcoin. We have more names, but you haven't gotten around to moving the day yet because you're just, you're sandbagging over there. But we got Katie and Nina.
Katie the Russian, she's coming on the show. Trust me, she'll be coming on the show. So absolutely.
Did you just say she'd be coming? Did you just say that?
She'll be coming on the show.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Dude.
And
hey, Bitcoin Tina and I are in talks. He's very private, but Bitcoin.
Yeah, you have a private room with Bitcoin Tina, but he hasn't committed to anything yet. He wants to keep a low profile. That's why he goes in all the big shows. Knut Svanholm, Knut Svanholm?
Yeah, I'm actually reading. I'm reading his book. Maybe you can read his book as well. I'm about halfway through. Independence Reimagined. So Knut, if you dare to stay this long for 2 hours, shout out that I'm reading the book. Yeah, halfway there. I got David Nage I'm talking to. He's the one that does all the families, the family investments, the family investment fund. Yeah, because that's the next group to
just
me.
like Bitcoin.
Yeah. Listen, he's the one that gets all the family investment going on. Yeah, so we got quite a few people, man. I'm talking
And
to.
furthermore, let me name drop Guy Swan, Stephen Cole,
Oh, yep.
and last but not least, Tone Base.
Wow. Yeah, because I got to ask him about that hyperwave. I got to do it, man. I got to ask about the hyperwave.
So, okay, here's my okay. I gotta share this on my opinion on hyperwave. I'm not really hyperwave and technical analysis. I think are just less relevant for Bitcoin, and I tell you why. Because we have a 4-year event that overrules technical analysis and wave.
True. Hey, my friend.
It applies straight to normal assets. Absolutely, I'm sure. Can I handle it? No, I don't master it. I don't need to master it because we have a very predictable 4-year cycle.
Yes, but listen, but when you go out and you make money off of a hyperwave talking about Bitcoin going to $1,500 and it never comes close, you have a fiduciary responsibility, or we do. If we're gonna be a toxic happy hour, you got to ask about it. We can't be toxic and not ask about it, my friend.
Yeah, but as Silent Lamb says, rest in peace, Tyler Jenkins. But I agree with you. The one thing that hyperwave and general technical analysis overlook is it's not just a stock with a set fairly set quantity that lives its life like that, and you can apply these things, especially the hyperwave. We have a 4-year cycle, and it overrules all of that.
Yeah, true.
It's different. This is not a stock that has X amount outstanding. It is an asset that is being shared with the public in terms of fresh supply, the fresh supply that's cut in half, and for that reason, hyperwave does not apply.
Yeah, well, hell, I don't know the reasons behind it. All I know is you're making money off of basically shorting Bitcoin, which against all odds, or look at stock to flow being proven right. You made money off of a call. So what was behind that call to $1,500? I'm interested to know, man. I have no clue. But again, I'm open to Raul being on the show, anyone to be on the show, just to hear the reasonings. Maybe I'm missing something.
I was just thinking, man, my boy Pubby is being toxic, and then you reminded me that you want Raul Pal, which I can't pronounce, on the show. So so much toxicity, whatever.
Listen, you know why? Because I've been to the Caribbean. I know what it's like when you have a few too many rums and you start warming up to XRP. I've been there, done that. Been in the Caribbean. You say stupid shit. You wake up the next day. You get on Twitter.
You wake up the next day and you wish you didn't warm up to that illegal.
Yeah, like why the fuck did I warm up to XRP?
Right.
All right, brother. Hey, I gotta make a move here.
Yeah. Okay. Final thoughts. You do the final thoughts. You're doing most of the thinking here anyway. So why don't you give us your final thoughts, and I'll do the planned outro that is memorized pretty much.
It's amazing. When you start 3 years ago in 2017, it's December, you think it's going great, and you had 3 years of darkness. Well, we're coming out of the darkness right now. You're coming out of the darkness. Anyone that's been here that entire time, I salute you. It's been a hell of a ride. Your strong hands or dollar cost averaging have brought you to a point where you are ahead of 99.9% of the world. Hang in there, because this 2021 is going to melt some faces. Absolutely. No one's going to believe it. This is game theory at its best. I think stock to flow is straight on, and we'll see what happens. But dear Lord, yeah, we have weathered every storm, all the FUD, and everyone's going to try to pile in. The Titanic is sinking, and we've got a shot glass of people trying to fit into.
Beautiful words from a beautiful mind.
Thank you.
Plowing all the minds,
Yeah.
sowing the seed of Bitcoin.
Hey, man.
I see Pubby going for the title as the Bitcoin poet. I love it. The literate guy who reads books.
Yeah.
So on that note, thank you very much, Pubby. Thank you, chat. Thank you to all your viewers. Thank you to Guinness for being our future sponsor, delivering ice cold, well poured, perfect poured Guinness with water from the Irish island. On that note, careful. Be careful storing more value in dirty fiat than you can afford to lose. It's a built-in policy. It's going down. They're telling you it's good for you. It's going down. So why don't you be careful storing value in that crashing project that is collapsing real time as we're watching? So that's just a word of warning, not financial advice. Love you all. See you all. Probably good to be back with you. Bye.
Ciao, bella.